Shalom. Let's start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and recently there's been a lot of talk and excitement about Iran and Israel trading missile fire between one another. And that excitement grows because we know that means our salvation is near. But first, the MOTB has to be made mandatory. And the powers that be are getting ready to make this thing mandatory. Because this war, if you could tell, it can't really wait very much longer. Yeah, the armies still have to build up their troops and build up their supplies and inventories for actually going to war, but we need this MOTB, the RFID micro CHIP, to be made mandatory first, and then the war will get going. But it's coming very soon, because this war is coming very soon, and uproars of the people are here, in which these civil wars and these race wars are coming soon, and the people invading one another. These plagues are coming to the earth, and they're coming soon, and so we should be ready for the MOTB as well. And that's the big piece that needs to move, when we'll really know that Yahweh Shai is extremely near. We'll know our salvation is extremely near when this is actually put out and mandatory. And so this is what's going on in China. This is from The Independent. It says China tests brain CHIP to control AI agents. And so this could actually go into super soldiers and just superhuman abilities that will be going against the hopeful elect and against the Israelites in general. The Israelites being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as are scattered. We definitely have some scattered over amongst Moab as well, because the Bible tells us so. But let's get into this article. It says China has become the second country to launch clinical trials for invasive brain-computer interface devices in humans. And I'm glad it says invasive, because you're putting a foreign object into your body, and usually the body rejects these foreign objects and pushes them right back out. It says the first brain CHIP was tested on a 37-year-old man who lost all 4 limbs in a high-voltage electrical accident, according to local reports, allowing him to play video games using only his mind. The team now hope to develop the BCI to allow the patient to control a robotic arm or artificial intelligence agent. So that just makes me think of RoboCop. For some reason, YouTube's been pushing me these shorts on RoboCop recently. But yeah, that sounds exactly like RoboCop. He got damaged to where his life couldn't continue, and they redid him into a robot. Basically, most of his, especially in this new one, most of his body was completely synthetic, except for the brain, which allowed him to control the body and still have his memories and intellect. But getting back to this, it says the initial trial, which took place at the Center for Excellence in Brain Science and Intelligence at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, involved inserting tiny neural electrodes through a hole in the skull to read brain activity. The electrode is so soft that the force required to bend it is comparable to the interaction force between 2 neurons in the brain, said Zhao Zhengtou, a researcher at CEBSIT. This allows the electrode to coexist harmoniously with brain tissue over extended periods without triggering immune responses or rejection reactions. So they're trying to get around the body rejecting this, which really just showed them that You're not supposed to have foreign objects inserted into your body, but heathen gonna do what the heathen do. And this also should show you that the elite are gonna have super soldiers, and we do need that spiritual power, which the Lord said He would give. It's gonna be needed. We need deliverance out of this whole corrupted world, really. It says research teams in the U.S. are also testing invasive BCI devices on human patients, including Elon Musk's Neuralink startup. The tech billionaire has announced plans to implant millions of people's brains with Neuralink chips over the next decade, following successful trials that saw participants control computers using their thoughts. And Lord will, we don't have decades here. Hopefully this thing gets rolling out sooner rather than later. Since if all goes well, there will be hundreds of people with Neuralinks within a few years, maybe tens of thousands within 5 years, millions within 10 years, Mr. Musk said last year. Early Neuralink trials have focused on people with quadriplegia. However, Mr. Musk claims the technology can be used to augment human intelligence and abilities, so super soldiers, superhumans. And this all goes into the miracles of that beast. It says eventually BCI devices could allow humans to merge with AI, according to Neuralink boss, allowing people to compete with artificial general intelligence. Neuralink recently raised $650 million in new funding to help expand its testing program globally and expand what's possible for humanity. China's CEPSIT says that it expects its BCI to be ready for market by 2028, launching first as a medical device to improve the quality of life for amputees and people with spinal cord injuries. The Shanghai-based lab claims its device is already smaller and more flexible than Neuralink's BCI chip. So, also, there's multiple companies that are coming out with these devices as well. So that should be taken into account. And they say they'll be ready by 2028, which, Lord willing, it's sooner because we want this war to start. We want to get out of here. We want Esau to be judged. Esau being the so-called white man, including the small hatters. Their judgment is near. And that needs to happen because they're going to try to put a synthetic device into all of us, even our children. You need judgment. They need judgment very, very badly. This is book of Revelation 13 and 16 because this has been read over and over and over again. And it's going to be read again right now because this is what's coming. And this is the big test. This is what you cannot be taking. Even if you are quadriplegic and you want to be able to use your limbs, you're just going to have to wait for the return of Yahweh Shai. Because if you are an Israelite, you'll get a new body. And it'll be better than anything Esau could have designed. And so, Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This is everybody on the planet. Old, young, rich, poor, all of them. Except for the actual top elites. They're not going to be having this because they want their property to have this. And that's what you will be if you go ahead and take this. If you get it in your head to fix a problem, a judgment that the Lord gave to you, you're going to be judged. And you'll be their property, and so you won't be picked up by Yahweh Shai when he returns. You can't take this under any circumstances. You can't take it and then remove it. And if you got it in your brain, you're not going to be able to remove that yourself. You just can't get this. Gotta wait for Yahweh Shai. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to participate in this economy or the society at all. You could look to the movie Demolition Man, and they had the outcasts kind of dwelling underground, and you see that in other movies as well, and that's something that'll happen. You're not going to be able to exist really within this world, which also shows you it's not going to be very long. Yahweh's not going to have us out here just struggle surviving in the wilderness for years and years. It's going to, once this thing gets made mandatory, this war's going to kick up, and then it's going to go nuclear, and we're going to have Yahweh's return. It's not going to take too long, but just hold on. And the Lord's going to have all sorts of miracles. He said we will eat in these times, so just hold on. But Lord willing, that was edifying. China's pushing it. The West is pushing it. It's coming soon, because this war is coming soon. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakhakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.